Well, this story begins as a little boy going to the library on Saturdays and getting Tintin comics. We would read these for hours, and next Saturday go back, get more. And these stories had a huge impact on me. They were just full of adventure and stuff that every little 8-year-old boy wants to do. By reading these comics, I inadvertently sparked a lifelong fascination with the mysterious Incan ruins of Peru. And I dreamt one day that I would go and visit. So as I grew up, read Tintin less and less, but the dream never really left. Soon after marriage, my wife and I each created certain goals, and my goal was to go to Peru within 10 years. I found myself a little distracted, and so one day I found a picture of Peru and cut it, put it in my wallet, and it's been there for over 10 years.
Okay guys, we can come for supper.
So my wife and I, we got married pretty young, and we started a family pretty young, and before you know it, you've got 1, 2, 3 kids, and your priorities change. And so the Peru trip seemed more and more out of reach. In 2012, we were surprised with a 4th child, and that just kind of reprioritized everything again. In 2014, she was diagnosed with a very rare disease called Rett syndrome. And again, just like that, in 1 second, your life changes. So with Scarlett's challenges that she has, the Peru dream kind of had an indefinite hold on it that didn't seem like something that would ever become a reality. I remember I was in chapters one day, and it had this book called Turn Right at Machu Picchu, and I stopped, turned around, picked it up, and I thought, wow, this is great. This is probably as close as I'm ever going to get. And so I bought it, and I had it read within a couple days, and it was inspiring to me. It was exactly the kind of trip that I wanted to do. And then one day I met Fred, and he made my impossible dream come true. Fred and I met, him being an adventurer. We ended up swapping some books, and the only book that I had that would even remotely interest Fred was my Turn Left at Machu Picchu book. And Fred ended up reading it, and when he gave it back to me, he said, Jay, this is not that far out of reach. We can do this. The two of us, we can carry all the stuff on our back. And all of a sudden I thought, oh my goodness, it's back on. Like, we can make this happen. Just before we left for the trip, we had decided that this would make a great documentary. We planned a grueling 9-day unsupported trek in the mountains of Peru to visit remote Inca ruins few people have ever seen. I'm just an ordinary guy with an ordinary life, and I've been on an extraordinary adventure. Looking back on it now, thinking about the mountains that I had to climb are very similar to the mountains that Scarlett has to climb. They're huge, and I want her to be able to live out her dreams, and I'm gonna help her do that.
Yeah, Scarlett!